Good evening and welcome to Central News for Thursday the 2nd of August. I'm Katrina McKinley. In today's news, the government has objected to New Zealand First MP Brendan Horan tabling photos in Parliament showing unsafe parts of the Kiwi Rail network, claims the Transport spokesperson. Brendan attempted to present the photos of rotting sleepers to outline the safety issues of the tracks, which he says will lead to derailment of trains. Brendan says he tried to introduce 3 photos of sleepers with growth sprouting to highlight safety concerns. Brendan claims Kiwi Rail purchased a dodgy lot of South American timber railway sleepers because they were cheaper than the traditional Jara, and those sleepers are now rotting. Waipuna Hospice is servicing the needs of those in Tauranga who need respite care, and for them to do what they need to for the community this year alone, they need to raise $2 million, that is on top of their government funding. Fundraising manager Trish Ray says $2 million is a huge amount to raise, but we have a great community that support our shops and events throughout the year.
It's always a bit daunting, I must say, when you look at the amount of money that we need to raise. But it's just a case of try and chunk it off throughout the year through a range of endeavours and say good support from our community.
Breast cancer patients and survivors are getting their chance once again to have a retreat where they cast for recovery. Cast for Recovery is designed to provide peace and solitude through fully guided fly fishing. Casting for Recovery organiser Cherie Fikett says how fly fishing is a retreat for cancer patients and survivors.
Fly fishing is a sport that can be done as a group, it can also be individual, and it's also about reconnecting with nature. I don't know if some of your viewers will fish, they'll know how it feels to be at one with the fly, the line and the fish, and there's something about the sound of that tinkling water as it goes by, and you can do it anywhere. I keep a scrubby old rod in the car, not a posh one, and you just never know when you're going to come across that piece of water. But it works, and the fishing is a very small part of the retreat at the end of the day. It's the networking around the fun, and they're not networking around the illness, they're networking around the fishing.
The Met Service has issued a new severe weather watch saying there is potential for heavy rainfall on the Coromandel Peninsula continuing from today into your Friday. The watch advisory indicates up to 60 millimetres of rain could fall over any 24-hour period. Waikato Regional Council says if the falls do eventuate, it will place additional pressure on local rivers, particularly those on the Hauraki Plains, which are already swollen by recent rains. Emergency Management Officer Greg Ryan says there are no major river-related problems at this stage, but added their council will watch the developing situation closely. Time for our region's weather. Both regions had periods of rain today, and it is much the same for tomorrow and heading into the weekend. Might pay to start getting some DVDs or enjoy watching the Olympics this weekend. Tomorrow the rain eases to showers across the Waikato and Bay of Plenty with highs of 16 and lows of 8 and 10. Coming up after the break, Bay naturopath Jane Kirtley informs us of superbugs which have increased over the past 10 years. Bay of Plenty Rugby Union get ready to inspire children to set goals, and Toitiora Public Health are all set for the big latch on tomorrow across the Bay of Plenty and the world. Stay tuned and I'll see you back here after the break.